You know what? I have something that I need to say. I am tired. I am tired of the men that just don't go for it. They're just so scared. They think that they're gonna get rejected when it's like, bruh, like, just take a freaking chance.
Say what now, what now?
Okay, lady, I recently got mind-punched by a telepathic intergalactic space fugitive who was responsible for conning a group of space nuns out of their hoods. So I might be a little woozy, but that's not gonna stop me from giving you some advice. If you want men to approach you and shoot their shots, then you must make yourself approachable. And judging from what I've seen, the broken down pinball machine at my local intergalactic space dive bar is more approachable than you. Accusing men of cowardice really isn't the right way to go about things. I know you're angry, but it's not our fault that you're a 5.5 and Chad's no longer interested in your humid muckchasm of relentless woe. So don't blame us that we're not bothering you when you specifically demanded that we leave you alone. You can't have it both ways, sister, no matter how many delusional TikToks you consume.
I am tired, sick and tired of this, excuse my language, but this energy that these men have been giving these days. You'll walk past and they'll literally give you side eye.
That's not my problem. It's yours.
Woman, you're lucky to be getting side-eye at all. Considering most women these days have a nasty habit of putting men on blast for the horrific crime of doing a double take whenever they see a woman that's mildly attractive, you should be flattered that men are even looking at you at all. Self-respecting men can't be bothered with the relentless harassment that your brood of social media simp lemmings will rain down on us simply because we might be interested in taking you out for a cup of coffee. And we don't see the point in getting to know a woman who's going to use our private interactions and text messages as fodder for her failing Instagram page because she's feeling insecure and needs likes as a form of validation. We have more important things to do, like bringing back kick-ass mixtapes. On a side note, we really need to bring back kick-ass mixtapes. I'm not saying that society was doomed the day that the mixtapes died. I'm just saying the death of the mixtape really didn't help.
Like, just come up to me and ask for my freaking name. Like, okay, like, you get rejected, like, I'm sorry, like, it happens to me. But just take a chance. Guys, just take a chance. Just get some confidence. Like, just take a chance.
No.
Well, here's a crazy idea. If you want a man to have your phone number, go up to him and strike up a conversation. Just build up some confidence and stop being a coward. If you want a man to be attracted to you, you're gonna have to put forth a little bit more effort than none at all. Because thanks to the complete ruination of human pair bonding, brought to you compliments of social media and a corrupted education system, men have been forced to assume that you're not interested in us unless we're making big bucks and living the big life. Because the men you desire, they are not afraid of rejection. If Chad wants your number, he's getting your number. You'll be number 26 on his speed dial, and you will wear that as a badge of honor. The remaining dudes don't feel like talking to you because you made it abundantly clear that our average looks, our average jobs, and demeanors are somehow inherent red flags because you inexplicably feel entitled to more, while at the same time, you feel obligated to offer next to nothing. Because with the way you're acting, men can already tell you are simply not worth any effort whatsoever.
You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle!
People should date like sociopaths. Both men and women should date around. As long as you're not having sex casually with many people, I think it's a good plan to date several people at the same time so that you don't get too attached until you find the right one.
You dumb bastard.
If my adventures across the cosmos have taught me anything, it's that the best advice you can ever get is from emotionless cyborg cosplayers who use multiple Instagram filters to get their point across when it comes to modern dating. It's not because the advice is any good. God no, quite the opposite. This advice is terrible, but I have to admit, it's also hilarious how semi-good-looking women think they know how to date simply because Chad decided to lower his standards for a week. Most men who are looking for a relationship don't want to date multiple women at a time. First off, most men aren't Chad. We don't have rosters. Second, it's a pain in the ass to date multiple women. And third, even if this bonkers idea that you were proposing was even plausible, it sounds pretty expensive. Why would we want to waste money doing that? Do you honestly think we just have a grain silo out back that's filled with money? Let me tell you something, sugar tits. If I had that kind of money, it would be responsibly invested to encourage financial wealth. It wouldn't just be sitting in a grain silo to waste on you.
Indeed. I'm bisexual, so I once had a guy drop me off to a date with another girl. You should always dress well out of respect for your partner or whoever you're seeing. Being feminine and elegant and dressing in a particular way that flatters your body encourages them to be chivalrous. These are definitely traits we want to see in men.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Hold up, let me get something straight here. You're bisexualisms and yet you're still single? That means your dating prospects are literally double that of your typical straight male, and you're still going out on dates simply because you haven't found the right one yet? Woman, you don't even know what the right one is because you operate on a series of irrational emotions that have been created thanks to an unhealthy combination of societal decay and Disney movies. So how can you stand there single and hopelessly alone and lecture anybody when it comes to dating? How can you say you know what men want when you boast that you also date women? Because all that proves is that you have no idea what men or women want. But that won't stop you from trying to sabotage as many relationships as humanly possible. Sure, you know that men want women to be feminine. Congratulations! You know one of the most basic biological facts that men seek when trying to find a mate. Everybody, let's stand up and give her a good old round of applause for saying something that even the most brain-damaged of idiots know.
Whoa!
Men aren't necessarily aware of how much women invest in dates. We spend so much money on outfits, on hair, on makeup, and so there is an investment on our part, which is why we expect an investment on your part. I think it's important for men to be chivalrous. It makes them feel more manly, and it makes women feel protected.
I don't remember telling you to do that.
Sorry, woman, nobody asked you to spend an ungodly amount of money on makeup, dresses, shoes, hair care products, and the other crap that you rub all over your body. You just assumed that's what we wanted. You could have avoided a lot of headaches if you just bothered to ask us. So if you decide to buy a whole bunch of that crap, that's on you. We are under no obligation to take that as an investment because, let's just say for the sake of argument, we end up inhaling a massive cloud of toxic gas that inhibits our judgment for a few decades and decide for some reason to choose you as a mate. At some point, that makeup is coming off. We're gonna see what you look like without all of that garbage. So if anything, you're spending a huge sum of money to propagate a lie. A lie you're going to expect us to financially support, and that's simply not how this works. In fact, a friendly and kind demeanor can go a long way to making us attracted to you. Sure, physical attractiveness is a must, but that doesn't mean you should believe that makeup is a personality trait.
I was rejected by a matchmaker this week. You wouldn't be able to work with me. When we met, I told her what I was looking for and told her a lot about me, and I tried to highlight some of my core qualities, including the fact that I'm very, very type A, organized, I like to be the leader. I told her the types of things that I like doing. I also told her I was looking for a man who was also a leader because I don't want to always be the leader, believe it or not.
Give me cancer now, guys!
Your lips are moving, but the gibberish makes no sense. For starters, you're not organized. You're a control freak. Second, you're not a leader. You're confrontational, and there is a difference. Men do not find either of these so-called qualities to be attractive, especially when it's coming from a woman who's about to start knocking on menopause's door. You're looking for a man that you can boss around and take control when something goes wrong, or until you need something fixed. Then you'll pretend to allow him to take charge until the situation is resolved, and then you will continue to fight him on everything because deep down you know you're right about everything, and you know this without any rational evidence to back up this ridiculous claim because you believe you're a leader, and leaders are never wrong when it comes to anything.
I told her I was looking for someone that was at or above the same income level as me, driven, who is ambitious, who is ready for a long-term relationship and ready to get married. She may have actually picked up on the fact that I'm a little high-strung. I'm not like a stressed out or anxious person. I'm just high energy or type A. This is who I am. And she was asking me, do I meditate? No. Do I journal? No. Do anything woo? And I said, no. I said, in fact, I'm not even on the same planet as woo.
Really?
No, you're not high energy. You're abrasive and judgmental. You spent your most fertile years focusing on a meaningless career, and you pushed away everybody who wasn't able to help you advance whatever material ambitions you had at the time. You have also refused to accept that you may need to make a few positive changes in your life, so you've shunned away any form of inner healing because you've diluted yourself into thinking that society is the problem and not you. However, because of your baggage, your trust issues, and your inability to let someone lead in a relationship, the odds of you breeding are about as likely as me being able to buy a hammock made out of solid gold. Hang on, you know what? Scratch that. After running some calculations on my inner rossiter, it looks like the odds of me getting a solid gold hammock are still higher by at least 75%. And those odds, there's 6,847,429,069 to 1. I gotta admit, those odds for me are looking pretty nice.
When talking about what I didn't like in a man, I said I could never really be with a beta type man. I specifically used the word doormat. I said I would chew them up and spit them out. And her response was, well, I married that type of man. She was saying that, you know, men really like a soft woman and I should try some of these vision board, journaling, meditating type of things. Would never gonna be that type of person.
That's nothing to be proud of, Rusty.
So you're not only a rude, abrasive, judgmental control freak, you're also hard-headed and refuse to take any steps needed to actually try and improve your mental state so that men who have no other options will find you the bare minimum level of attractive. So my question to you is, what exactly did you expect? I have to admit, I am rather impressed because you've shown absolutely no qualities whatsoever that would make someone even remotely interested in making eye contact with you. You're not all that physically attractive, your voice is annoying, the only thing you know how to talk about is your career, you mock self-improvement, and if your baggage was the size of Princess Vespa's matched luggage, that would, in fact, be a significant reduction in what you're currently carrying. And at no point have you actually mentioned any qualities that might make you attractive to a man. But yeah, I guess it truly is a wonder why you're still single, huh?
That's a mystery.
She essentially said that I am not ready for her type of services because I have too much work to do, my walls are too high, and I'm not ready for a long-term committed relationship at the ripe age of 38, where I've been in therapy for 10 plus years. Essentially, I spent $350 to meet with this woman, have her tell me I am not worthy of love as I am, but the fact that I need to change in order to be worthy of love and partnership. Which honestly, I think for that reason alone, she should have her matchmaking license taken away, because we shouldn't be pushing on these narratives that people are not worthy as they are, and essentially telling women that the type of woman they are isn't worthy of love. That is a narrative that should not be given to anyone, or it is dangerous commentary, and the fact that she said this to my face had some audacity.
Oh, cut the dramatics, you old hag. You don't get to play the victim on this one. You're throwing around the word worthy as if you're some kind of victim. That ain't the case at all. The correct word you're looking for is incapable. You are incapable of loving another person. How do I know this? Because you refuse to accept any responsibility for the mess that you've created for yourself. You deny the fact that there's anything wrong with you, and you refuse to accept the fact that you're the problem when it comes to romantic bonding. You've been in therapy for 10 years and you've learned next to nothing. I'm actually kind of surprised that your therapist didn't try to turn you into a case study about what happens when a modern woman is so high off the smell of her own queefs, she believes that she is the perfect woman in a broken world. But to be fair, I don't know of many psych students who'd be willing to stomach being in the same room as you for more than 5 minutes without wanting to jump out of a window. Maybe we should leave this part of the human psyche unanswered, because there's some science that simply shouldn't be studied. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. As always, if you find that my particular brand of humor is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.